everybody. Before we start this video, I just want to let everybody know that the outscaling of the video was wrong, so it was like kind of zoomed in. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to fix it, so we're just going to go ahead, run through it. Dialogue's there. What we were doing was there. We built everything. You can see everything. It's just zoomed in a little bit, so if you don't like it, well, the next video will be fixed because I bought a brand new monitor and didn't rescale the output, so that's on me, but it is there, so enjoy. If not, I'll see you in episode 10. Thanks for watching. What's going on, everybody? Kid Cookie here, back with episode 9. We are going to dive into tiers 5 and 6, I believe it is. Yes, because for some reason 4 is still highlighted, even though everything's done. So pretty much the only two we can really do right now is the oil processing and the jetpack. So I guess we're going to select milestone for jetpack. We're just going to start the episode off by getting that because I kind of don't like the parachute any longer. Just because when I'm slide canceling like this and all of a sudden if I accidentally hit spacebar, it ruins my rhythm. It's just a horrible situation. Not much has changed off camera. I moved some things around, like the little chest area that I had here is now over here in a different building, a little bit bigger. I moved everything by hand, obviously, because you can't do anything else. I could put it in a truck, I guess, but makes no sense. I've been debating switching this over from coal to iron because we don't need coal anymore to make steel pipes, at least. And this can efficiently be run by 100% iron if we want it to. Just like, there's another one around here, I can't remember where. Might be this one, I honestly can't remember. There's been so many projects that I've been doing. I did, however, do a couple hard drives that I just found, kind of just playing around, just changing things up. So let's get those right now. So first one's first is, ironically, steel pipes and encased beams. I think I'm gonna do encased beams just because we already have pipes and I really don't want to feed another recipe into a recipe to make an alternate recipe when we already have pipes. So we're going to select the industrial piped encased. So that one's done. Now the last one, this one, I think I'm going to do the fused quartz. So once again, we already have wire. I mean, it is 30 and it's only 40 or 40. It's only a 4-to-1 ratio and we get 30 out of it. However, we have iron wire, which is fine. So we're probably just going to go with this. I believe there is coal over by the quartz, so it just kind of makes more sense this way. So we'll have that done. I'm just trying to think now because it's been a couple days since I recorded last. I did end up buying some pavement skins or paints to kind of play around with roadways later. So I guess what I'm going to do to also start off the episode is we're just going to buy some things because I have tickets. We have plenty of tickets. We have 33, not plenty. But we're going to buy some things. I tried to be cheeky, but we can't buy rubber yet because we haven't unlocked oil processing. So I was trying to be cheeky there, can't do it. Until we unlock it anyway, then we can buy it. What I think I'm going to buy is this right here. Let's do some windows as well. And then we'll worry about everything later. Organization, I think we'll want lights. Just if we put like a roof up or something. And I believe that's it, other than architecture. Yes, the elevator, actually. This is what we're going to get into today, is making elevators, because there is one area that I desperately need one rather than climbing all the way up a ladder. How many do we have? So we're using 21. What else can we do? I don't want catwalks, and I kind of want this, which we're not going to have enough. Okay, let's buy these as well. And this. No, let's buy this. I think that should be enough. 32 leaves us with 1. Perfect. QA.
Due to Pioneer request and several reported issues with staircases, there is now a more efficient solution. The Fix-It personnel elevator ensures optimal safety by putting a Pioneer in a box controlled by a rudimentary AI, specialized in soothing a straining mind. Exposure to a Fix-It personnel elevator is recommended to be a minimum of 2 minutes per day for optimal gain.
I love the sarcasm, and I just love the quips. Great. Okay, so I get a couple of power slugs as well. I'm not trying to do a lot off camera, but I'm probably going to just explore for the sake of getting things without running around trying to find everything. But I believe I have everything I need for an elevator. We're just going to go over really quick. What I need is it in transportation? I forget. Oh, there it is. We might need some silica. We'll be fine. Let's run over here really quick. So I'll meet everybody over there in a sec. Okay, and we're here. And I almost randomly flew off the edge of my base here because I was sliding and I went right underneath the conveyor belt. And I know I was complaining about the parachute. However, it did save my life, so it saved me from falling all the way down. So personal elevator, and these are the floors. That's a floor stop. We need a floor stop. Do we not have put any, or we need to make the elevator first, don't we? Okay, well, let's parachute down. This is the last time I'll ever complain about the parachute. Oh, nope, other way. There we go. How far can this thing go? It can go 200 meters. Wow, that's impressive. Now here's the question: can I rotate it after being already rotated up there? That is the question. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, it needs to be powered. That's right. Where is it? Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Oh, it does. Listen to that sweet, sweet music. Which right now I think we're gonna just turn that down. I know there's elevator music. Where is it? Might have to do it off camera because there's so many. There's way too many. It's probably at the bottom. Train volume. Oh, we're getting close. Even though I'm enjoying it. Vector cart, vehicle reverb. Okay, we'll do it that. Sure. Let's go up. Please open on this side. I don't think it's going to now that I think about it because... Oh, no, there's exits on all four sides. Let's hope it works. One moment, please. Okay. Well, we fixed our issue. I haven't quite found the volume for said music, which I think we can turn it off here, though. There we go. Not that it's annoying, it's just very loud. And I don't want very loud in my ear. Perfect. I'm kind of curious. Okay, I'm gonna hit this button, and if it goes up, we're gonna hit the ladder. It's not gonna... Can we... I don't think I can hit this fast enough and get out. Nope. Back down. Oh, go back down. I need another person here. Yeah, whatever, we're going back up top. We gotta go back up top anyway. However, I did build a couple... Thank you. I did build a couple more... Is that offline? Okay, I'm gonna go check. We'll call the elevator back. I feel like that's offline. Anyway, focus. We made extra fuel. Is this one offline? No connection? What do you mean no connection? Why is there no connection? How'd that happen? Interesting. Is that gonna... I already adjusted the water flow and everything, I think. Because this is taking, what, 113, I think? Or no, 61. Oh, so no, that's when it's full. Okay, well, yeah. Hopefully that doesn't affect anything, but we're now going to go back upstairs. Thanks to the new elevator. Which I wish I could... Wait. We'll just do this. I have a feeling it's going to be quicker doing the elevator, obviously. So it's at about the halfway point. Past it. Yeah, no, it's definitely quicker to take the elevator by 15 seconds or so, I'd say. But yeah, we have an elevator now. I thought that was going through. However, this is what I mean when I say I upgraded the base, the foundation, and everything's like this. So we're gonna fix that real quick. Gonna toss that there, gonna toss that there, and we're gonna delete this one. Because other than being aesthetically pleasing, that is all that it does. It is annoying. However, bear with me, we're gonna set up some machines and go from there because nope, never mind. Okay, so now we are going to just make the jetpack, which I believe we have everything we need. I just looked and seen there was 500 modular frames, and I'm thinking, well, I don't have those, but we want the one below it. 1,000 plates, 1,000 cable, and 50 motors, which we have. Oh, and I did clean up. Where is it? I think it's that one over there. All underneath it, I just made it a nice little platform, and everything's now kind of going vertical opposed to zigzagging left, right, center, going backwards and then coming back around. Just made more sense. And eventually I was thinking of this the other time I was playing, which I believe was last night, that I want to do a centralized storage system. However, that requires putting conveyor belts underneath the foundation, which can get kind of clustered, so I have to actually think about it first. We need cables as well. 1,000. I have extra, we're fine. So yeah, eventually I'm going to have a nice centralized area for everything that we are making. It's as if we don't have enough space, because that's not the truth. I mean, that is the truth, I guess. We have tons of space. It's fine. We have all the space in the world. Well, for most of the world. Most of the desert at this point is just covered. And we're going to continue to cover it. However, let's get a jetpack. Let's Q8. Let's empty my inventory. Let's slam this like button. I mean, this rocket button. Hey. Q8.
Milestone reached. Fix-It has granted you the power of flight, provided you have a jetpack and the appropriate fuels. The jetpack refuels automatically while you are standing on a surface, and different fuel types will affect the jetpack's functionality. With this increased versatility, you will no doubt achieve efficiency levels previously unheard of.
Okay, the only downside to the jetpack right now is we don't have proper fuel. We can use this biofuel, however, it's going to go through it like crazy. So now I don't have to worry about falling off a cliff, because we don't have to hit the ground hard. We can actually, you know, flutter right to the very last second and survive, thankfully. So I think it's going to take about 5 minutes to come back. So let's go take a look at some stuff I changed, like over here. Like I said, not a lot of stuff was basically just, you know, aesthetics, making things look nicer, so to speak. We don't even need to run all the way over there. We can actually use the camera. Oh, almost fell off. So P for camera. Zoom in. So this is all I did, because if anybody remembers when I made this, we had like a conveyor belt coming out all the way around, back and around. We had some coming this way, some going that way. Now it's all streamlined. All still from one coal node, which is fantastic. And then obviously I upped that to make it as kind of level as possible, except for right there and obviously here. But it works. Nothing's really being made because everything's pretty much full. And that's pretty much it that I've done off camera, other than make an additional, which I don't know why I did this. I had the room, I wanted to play around with another design. It's not as compact, but it's also making modular frames. So that's the fourth one. We have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 making modular frames. Oh, I lied. We have 5, one way over there actually. Do we need that many? No. Are we going to keep that many? Yes. However, we're going to get what I need to start creating the oil plants, and we'll be back once the pod returns and I have everything I need. So bear with me, everybody. And as we're sliding back, I realized with this jetpack we can do this. Literally just tap spacebar, keeps us in the air, does not affect our slide whatsoever. It's great. It's just the little things that count. Because with the parachute, it was just annoying when I'd slide and I'd accidentally misclick, and all of a sudden you pull the chute, it kills your speed. And then you gotta wait to land, then you get back to the speed and start running again. Just a whole pain. However, I think we have everything we need. Perfect. Let's slam the rocket button again to get some oil processing. This is a headache in itself.
Milestone reached. Crude oil can now be extracted and refined to produce various industrially beneficial parts. The byproducts of these processes will require careful management, but a capable pioneer such as yourself surely understands that. To improve efficiency, pipelines can now be optimized with valves to limit and balance their throughput.
Nice.
These were initially left out because Fixit did not want to overwhelm pioneers with complex pipeline management, but they have since been re-added after my impassioned defense of your capabilities.
Ah, God bless you, Ada. I'm trying to remember when they originally did the piping for the oil, if there actually was valves. I can't remember, but valves, they're fantastic. They are very beneficial. I'm going to take a look in here just to see exactly what we get. So the polymer resin, the petroleum coke, we can make circuit boards now, so that's technically the newest product that we can make, along with plastic and rubber, and then fuel. Fuel will come in handy for the jetpack. It's better than the biofuel, or not the no, biofuel's a different one. Solid biofuel, it's better than that. So we know where oil is, or I know where oil is, so we need an extractor refinery. We might make a valve or two, just to see. Like I said, it can become a very painful experience, especially if you're not used to doing oil, because you can get fetched up pretty quick. However, I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to grab what I need. We're going to head over. I'm going to show as much as possible to start, and then kind of adjust as we go, because like I said, it's going to be a headache. But we'll get there, and it'll be fun, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back. We're utilizing the tractor because I did not have enough inventory space to bring a bunch of stuff with me. So we are driving over Route Southwest direction, right by the quick wire / Caterham. I think we're just gonna park it up top and then build our way down would probably be best, because it's pretty far down there. Unfortunately, I did build quite high. I'm pretty sure I'm about 20 plus blocks in the air from about average ground height. But yeah, right about... Is it over there? I think it's beyond that point right there. I'm not going to scan for it because I know where it is. Or is it right beneath me? No, it's not right beneath me. It's over here. It's definitely over there. But yeah, it's right about there. So where should I start this? Can we get between that one and that one? What about here? How about here? Let's zoom across. We're gonna leave the tractor for a moment, as we don't fly off the edge, but we don't have a parachute anymore, so that's not gonna happen. So if we accidentally slide and go like this, whoops, we have enough fuel to come back and survive. Not the greatest thing, but you know, it is what it is. I'm wondering now if I actually want to utilize the ramp, because it is such a distance, it might work better this way. Because with foundations, you do 1 meter ramps, but they take forever to get to the ground, but they're a lot easier to drive up. So let's take a look at this real quick. We're going to do a side-by-side. Like, see, we're slowly dropping. But driving up this with like the heavier truck, even, I mean, the tractor doesn't struggle to get up the steep 4 meter ramps, but I don't want to cause issue if we decide to actually make it a truck line or like a drivable area. There's the oil. 7, keep going. There we go. So how much further did we have to go? Oh, we were still going. I mean, we could probably try the 2 meter, but that might drop a little faster. However, I have an idea. I'm trying to get away from a traditional like base building and foundation building, so I'm kind of trying this ish. But I just want to explore different like build ideas. So I need to be balanced right about there. So let's do this. How are we gonna do this? Vertical. Zoop. I think this should be flush if I can get it. Okay, I guess we're going that way. No, still needs to go down. Okay, live camera action of me building a foundation. Because this gets fun. Because you want to kind of keep it in line as close to the bottom as possible, however, you don't want to go too deep. I think that should be fine. Yeah, that'll work. It's not much where it has to come up, so. How are we gonna do this? Get back for the win. Okay, so we're almost flush. That is a distance, though. Wow. Okay. If we go down, we're gonna end up right there. So let's build over here. And I'm going to assume it's gonna be close. I hope. If not, well, oops. Okay, come on, there we go. That is extremely close. Okay, well, I might change this off camera, but for right now, this is what we're gonna be dealing with. So put that there. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I might be able to do it with the 2 meters. It's gonna drop a lot faster. But for what it is, we're just gonna leave it as it is. That's fine. Okay. We need to start focusing on building anyway. Less on foundation work and more on actual factory work. I did not bring any power cables with me. Or I didn't make any power cables coming down. That's a problem. I think these are a mixture between impure and normal. Are we gonna fight? No. We're gonna fight the proper way. I haven't used explosives yet. Eat this. Man, that went behind me. Be careful when throwing explosives near these guys because they will explode if you decide to throw it as he's spinning. I don't want to find out. And I'm only using explosives because we have them, and well, I really just wanted to blow something up. Okay, so I think we got 4. I think it's always been 4, so impure, normal, normal, I believe. So these 2 right here are normal, I believe. Yes, okay. So impure, what I would suggest from my point of view playing this, save the impure for fuel generation, as in, oh, I can't do it because the hub. But the ones where you can make make electricity via fuel. I can't remember exactly what they're called. But the fuel generators, I think is what it's called. Use the impures for those, because you can actually adjust a little bit better, and then use the normals for production of plastic and rubber, in my opinion anyway. It's just kind of better that way. Just because trying to do impure with the oil extractors and whatnot, it becomes a pain. But once again, everybody's playthrough would be different. That's just my opinion on the matter. Is that flush? That's flush. Cool. So we'll do those 2, and then we'll drag this over here. Hopefully it is not interfering, which it doesn't look like it is. Oh, those are not flush. The only reason I keep them flush, actually, is just because it just helps with alignment. It's not an aesthetics thing, it's just a... Yeah, it was more like that. There we go. It just makes it easier. For, like, piping and conveyor belts and such, so... Everybody can do it that way, this way, that way. It just so happens that I lined everything up in an east, west, north, south direction with the foundation, so it works for me. It might not work for everybody else, but it works for me. And that's all that matters. So let's leave a gap. I have to leave more. That's gonna go way past that. Did that double up? Oh, we ran out of plates. Tractor, get down here. I need you. Did that double up though? That's why I hate doing distances, because if it's in with 10, sometimes it'll kind of overlap, and you'll never know unless you actually see it happen. Because if you're like me and you built a foundation that's literally miles long, you'll never find it unless you dismantle it. So I'll be right back. I'm going to run to my tractor, bring it down, and then start on some plastic and rubber production. So bear with me as always. Okay, so we're back down here. One thing I've always found about this game is when you start running out of stuff and you're at a distance, utilize whatever's around you to make additional constructors, to make like frames, pipes, plates, and stuff like that, just to have on hand. That way you don't have to run about 6 miles to get anything you need again. So it's actually more convenient to just utilize what's around you and just kind of build miniature factories as you go. Because if you want to expand down here and you gotta need plates and everything, you get way back to base, bring it all the way back. Because I know there are a few nodes around here for like copper, iron, cement, and stuff like that. So utilize what you can to make it easier. Can I do this? Will that work? I'll play with it later. I was gonna put a pipe up underneath and see if it would work, but I don't want to try right away. So we're gonna finish this off. Now, I believe one of these, so a normal should be able to do 2 minimum for the production of plastic and rubber. I usually only do 2, just because it's kind of simpler that way. But once again, anybody can do it. There are different ways. Put power shards into it, make it more efficient. I just have kind of my way of doing mine, so to speak. So I always leave a gap between them. Is there space underneath there? No. This is why I was kind of debating if I wanted to build a little higher, because that way you can run piping underneath rather than going up and around. But like I said, we'll figure that out at a later date. But for right now, we are going to at least get a pipe up here. How are we going to do this? Put it right in the middle, I guess. That works. And then we need to do what we do with the refineries. Kind of keep everything as high as possible, especially for these, because I find they're finicky sometimes. But piping in general is finicky. But you also want to leave room for conveyors going in. We'll get into that in later episodes. Today's episode is pretty much going to be setting up all of this and maybe a few other things, but we're gonna kind of just go with this for now. Do I want to center it kind of ish, maybe? We'll try that. We'll see what happens. A noodle, yes. We'll do the noodle. Okay, so this is going to make plastic with residual, and that's going to make rubber with residual. Sorry, not residual, residue. That's residual residue, I guess. We'll call it that. Not correct, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so that's that. This is where you gotta kind of think a little bit, because right now we can convert the fuel or the residue over, but that might be just a quick off-camera thinking kind of thing, because if you bottleneck anything on this line, and if you don't have it to the precise measurements with numbers, it'll get backlogged and it'll shut down completely, because once something's full, it's full, and that's it. So I might just start with the plastic and do what I always do and just kind of have backups. Where would they be? Organization? No, they're there. Yeah, we'll just do these because it's just kind of easier that way. So I made 4, or made sure we had enough for 4. With the specific reason of this. Is that in line? Nope. I was gonna say, I'm like, I know it's not. That one's in line. And this is where it kind of gets clunky. Because now we need... That's why I wish you could kind of change the refineries to have the output switched. So that way you can have a conveyor here and have the conveyor there. But you can't do that. So, what I think I'm going to do is we're going to put 2 storage containers side by side. These are going to fill slowly as it is, so it's not that big of a deal. There's enough clearance there. And is that going to be too long? No, it's perfect, actually. Awesome. It's a waste of space because like it's all open like this, but that's okay. Eventually I'm going to have to move this anyway if I want to use the output there. But for right now, it works. It's fine. We don't have to worry about it. This is just going to click residue, or in my case, residual. Almost the same spelling, just a couple extra letters. So we'll be back. I just need to provide power. So once again, bear with me, and I'll be back. Okay, as I'm supplying power as well, I'm not going to bring it down this rampway. I'm literally just going to kind of feed it as we go. Just because that rampway might change, and I don't... Ow! That was dumb. I literally forgot I did not have a parachute. I had the jetpack, but I hit the spacebar just a little too slowly. And we took damage, so... that's the parachute coming back to haunt me. Which is unfortunate. Because the good thing about the cabling is it doesn't get in the way of tractor trucks as long as it's obviously not driving directly into the pole. We can literally just kind of run everything around. You don't have to worry about getting caught up on a cable or anything, so it's not that horrible. So let's start that there. We're gonna pop this here. We're gonna pop that there, and then we're gonna pop one right here as well. Where is the power for this one? In the front, okay. I do a lot of power pulls just so I have the outlets, because it's annoying when you run out. Okay, now here's the fun part. Is that even pumping yet? It is. Awesome. Do we even need a pump? Maybe. So what is this making? 120 or 60? 120. And it's weird too because technically the plastic and the rubber take different amounts for some reason. The rubber takes 20, the plastic takes 10. So, but yet I think they output the exact same. Yeah, so it's weird. So we need 30 technically and we're pumping 120, so that's fantastic. I'm probably gonna up it with the power charge so that way we can, you know, start getting a nice little surplus going. Because eventually you're going to need to use plastic for stuff like computer circuit boards and rubber for other things as well. But for right now, we're just literally going to do surplus so we can get some of the hub stuff done. So do we need... We don't need one. That's nice. The other sense of building as low as possible, you don't need the additional pumps to help pump it in because it's literally right there. So it's not horrible. Design could be better, but yeah, we're gonna go with it. So that's gonna pump out 20 per minute, and I believe it's gonna hold 400. So as I paused last time, I was thinking if I wanted to set up the actual fuel station, but I can't because we don't have it unlocked yet. So yeah, pretty much as simplistic as it is. We haven't adjusted anything. It's literally pumping in. Hopefully enough. Hopefully we don't need a pump. Famous last words. But we're pumping at 120 and we're only using 30. So. Oh wait, sorry. We're using 60. I was looking at residual. Residual. We're gonna call it whatever I want. But yeah, we're using half, so it's pumping out 120. We're using 60. It doesn't look like we need. Okay, that was just the initialization of putting it in there. Perfect. Cool. So we're gonna utilize a couple shards here. So 45 and 45 is 90. It's just gonna pump this out too fast. But that's why we have this nice little lever here to flush everything. And yes, it's a waste at the beginning, but unless you're set up, which you probably won't be right away, you can flush a couple times or build as many of these as you need and just kind of go with it. So they were pumping it at 90. If we do one more, it'll probably put it at 60. We might match it. Let's see. I hate doing it even, but as long as it can continuously pump out 120. Let's see if this goes down. Because it's doing a good job of filling. It might be okay. Just for the sake of it, we're gonna put it to about 135. We don't need it that high, but it'll just be nice. That way it can keep up. So yeah, we're doing 20 and then probably 60, 40. So yeah, we're doing 60 entirely. This will take a bit to fill anyway. So as this makes us surplus so we can get more stuff in the hub done, I'm gonna let this build up and we'll be back. As we continue to wait, let's just take a look at the refinery itself to actually see the other recipes also, because I was just thinking maybe we should start making fuel with the residue. It's possible. It'd just be like kind of a little slow because obviously it just started. There's not going to be much in there. Or we could do fuel straight from the oil, but then it gives us polymer resins, which then we can in turn make residual plastic and residual rubber. See, residual. I was saying it right. I was just using the wrong context. There we go. And then we also have petroleum coke, which we can make from the residue as well. I don't normally make petroleum coke. I think there is a recipe down the road for like an alternate one, but it's a less efficient coal replacement, so that's why I usually don't make it. And normally I don't do the residual plastics because then you also need water. And if anybody's noticed, there's not much water around here. Not this far down anyway. There are geysers close by, I believe, in that direction, but we haven't even gotten that far yet. So, I mean, we could start a fuel production, I guess. There's literally not that much in there, so it would kind of be a waste of power. It'll be good for making fuel for the jetpack. But yeah, I just wanted to stop and just clarify that there are more ways that you can make plastic. Usually this is the most common way, because then you just get the residue, and then you take the residue and you turn it into fuel itself, or you can do fuel with polymer resin as a byproduct, and then you can use that to pretty much make everything else. So everything has its own recycling system, kind of, but right now, as it sits, if we were just to let this run, these are going to fill, which then that's going to bottleneck and it's going to stop production, period. So when I said earlier you have to fine tune, you pretty much do. So let's just think right now real quick that this is doing, I believe, what? It was 20 plus 40, so 60? Yeah. So we would need to fine tune this. And if we were to make the fuel, so we need 120, so obviously we're not doing that. So 60. So right now, you don't have to adjust much, I guess. You need to make sure that there's enough going in to coming out, because when you have this going, it wouldn't matter if it bottlenecks, because as long as the end product or the byproduct of making plastic and rubber has a place to go, even if this lags behind and let's say it's only making 40 fuel a minute, but it's only kind of pumping in 30, so to speak. So it's going to be a little lag on this side. That's fine, because this will always have an exit. This will always go somewhere. But yeah, no, pretty much just kind of making sure that this can keep up with what is being produced, so that not bottlenecking and shutting down production is kind of the goal. So we may set up fuel in a bit. I don't think we can make packaging yet. I believe that is the next step in the hub. So let's take a look at this. We probably don't have enough. We're getting there. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna leave it there for a sec, and I'll be back when we have enough to go to the hub. And ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I think we have enough. I let it run for a few minutes, so hopefully there is enough to finish what we need to do. I'm just trying right now to make room. Because, yeah, there's quite a bit in there. I'm going to try and take 800 feet. Perfect. Wow, okay, never mind. I guess rubber was lagging behind, and let's take a look at this. Yep. Let me guess, this one's full, isn't it? Yep, and that's what I was talking about. So for right now, we're going to flush the entire network. So that's going to continue that, because I forgot that makes 50, and that only makes 25, so it's like literally doubled. Okay. Well, we're going to make our way back up this very, not even steep incline. It's not steep, it's just long. But the good thing is we can slide uphill somehow. So on the 1 meter ramps, you can actually slide uphill and gain some speed. At some point, though, you usually can get fetched up pretty easily. Yeah, there it is. I knew it was bound to happen. Shall we get that slug while we're going? We can't. We don't have the inventory space, so scratch that. Thankfully, also, I didn't have to go too far for power because I forgot that I had the quick wire being made there. Because I thought I'd have to go like way over here. In which eventually I'm going to have to clean up all these power lines. They're kind of getting scattered everywhere. And I guess we can also delete, we can clear the to-do list actually. We don't need anything, we have everything we need. And then some. I just wanted to make sure that if we needed constructors and such as well, we had what we needed. So I have no idea what one we're going for next. However, we're going to get limited because we're going to start needing other things also. So let's jump into the hub. Okay, this is cool. We can actually get conveyor mark 4, which is nice. Do I have everything? No, we need quite a bit. Oh, and we need quite a bit of that. Okay. Well, let's slide on over to the encased industrial beams and grab some more. And we need quite a few modular frames. This is why this game's nice, because literally you could just start up a couple factories, leave it for a couple hours, and just, you know, create. And have stock, have surplus, all that fun stuff. We're just going to take 400. I'm pretty sure the conveyor mark 4s use encased beams, I think. Because that's the reason that we need to put them in, but I could be wrong. It's been a while. Normally I use like 5 and 6 on my other playthroughs that I've had, so I don't quite remember exactly what they're made out of. But we need more than that, don't we? We only have 100. We need a lot. What's getting deleted? That is wire, sure. There's 200. We still need more. I should have really thought about this before I came over here. Yeah, we have plenty of those. Let's grab another one. This is gonna hurt, but that's okay. We still have plenty being made. So 1, 2, 300. There's 376. We still need more. We should have made space. And, well, goodbye biofuel. There we go. Now we have enough space. I could have easily just, you know, ran over here and put things away, but yeah, it is what it is. What's done is done. And encased beams, boom, let's smash the button again. And cue Ada.
Milestone reached. The transportation of resources can reach new heights of efficiency. With the Mark IV belts and lifts, the truck, but even more importantly, your effort. Handling a large and complicated vehicle like the truck should come easy to a well-trained pioneer such as you.
Well-trained.
They are an obvious improvement over tractors concerning industrial purposes. Improvements for personal use were not measured.
We're gonna paint this bad boy we now have a truck, which actually comes with a bigger inventory as well, so that's nice. So we're actually going to toss the plastic and everything in there for now, as well as the encased beams and the motors, because we need space and we're running out. So we need trucks to have mobile storage. We don't have an option not to do that. I need another hand slot, actually. That would be nice. Let's take a look at the M.A.M really quick as we're waiting for Odd to come back. Is there anything else we can do? Compacted coal. How do we make that anyway? That's not from... No, because that's the other one. I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Eventually, we're going to have to start doing some cores, because I haven't even set up any factories, but like I said, don't really need it. It's not a must. Early game, mid game, late game, yes, absolutely. What is the Mark III? Oh, okay, never mind. We can't do that. And we haven't found any sand ore. By the end of the episode, we're going to try and find this. So I know where it is, so we're going to go have a search for it, and we might as well try and find another hard drive. So, yeah. What is the next one after this we can do? Fuel packaging. This will be nice for fuel, so we'll do this one next. Yeah, we'll do this one next. Make sure... Yeah, we'll do this one next, so that way we can actually start getting packaged fuel, which will be nice. So let's just select the milestone. We'll get everything we need in there, which we need 200. I have 400, and then we need 1,000. Okay. Well, we have enough of that. So I kind of just, that's why I kind of left copper sheeting by itself, just because. 6, 8, 10. You don't need it. It's mainly just for making pipes, other than maybe the odd ingredient for the hub itself. So can we fill this and wait? No, we can't even fill it and wait. Okay, well, as that takes down, I'm going to see if I can find that sand ore or figure out where it is, so be right back. Okay, while I was exploring, I found a nice cave that we can kind of blow into, so I know I'm close to where it is. I don't think it's down here. You know. Come on. Tell me what you got. So I don't remember it being this deep in here, but I could be wrong. Where's the little spiders at? I got some bacon, though. I'll take that. Ooh, more bacon. I'm getting distracted and about to get attacked, probably. This might just be for a power slug as well. Nope. Okay. Maybe not. What's up here? What's up, big guy? Ow, you hurt. Don't run away from me. That's right. I own you. There we go. Now where do we go? Oh, wow. Okay, purple power slug. I'll take it. That's a good find. So I guess this is not quite... There's the spider. Come here, you. Oh, there's another one. There's another one? They all just fell to their death. Really? That was dead center. It didn't blow that one up. That's funny. Is it down this way, maybe? Nope. I hear something, though. Take all the bacon. Man, where am I leading to? Yeah. No, this is not the area, but it's a hidden one, that's for sure. But sand ore is in a mountain somewhere. I just am not sure if we're in the right area. Look at all the bacon. I love it. Okay, so I'm pretty sure... Maybe it is that one. There's a small opening that you gotta find, but I don't think this is it, because I don't remember it going down this deep. This way, maybe? If not, we'll continue to search and I will find it. There is something around here. I hear it. Probably glitched through the wall. See if I can see it. Well, we'll be back when I find it. Still exploring, however, we found another area to breach open. So we're gonna do that real quick. As we fight... Oh, there's a few of you. Actually, I'm just gonna use some explosives. That did not hit him at all. Killed his baby, though. Oh, he's mad. There we go. I threw it behind him. Oh, no. Uh-oh. I thought he was going to charge me there for a second. I think there is a power slug on the other side of this, but I could be wrong. There could also be a gigantic spider waiting for us. I've yet to find one. Oh, it's on the oh. We can't get that. I mean... do I have inventory? I do. Let's try. This is what the radiation does to the uranium. Run! We're still a ways off from being able to do that. But we're getting close. We're slowly unlocking the tiers to be able to survive. And I still have yet to find that open. I know where it is, I can't find it. I think it's behind like foliage. And I just haven't gotten lucky enough to find the corner for it yet. But when I do, we will find it. We're gonna get shot probably. But hey, look, more Catrium. This one pure. This one's pure. What's up, big guy? I'm leaving. Yeah, it's between like these three. I just can't remember which one. But yeah, I'll find it. I promise. So I gave up on the other one. I think they changed the side of that map because there's a waterfall going down that I don't remember, but I also haven't been there in forever. I know for a fact this one's still here, so we're just gonna fight amongst the spiders. AKA stingers. I call them spiders. Hey, big guy, what's going on? You're getting an explosive. You're happy. Oh, he ran. Uh-oh. I hate when they jump. Aha, stuck him. Uh-oh. He's still alive. Oh, don't jump. Boom. And he's dead. I hate the fact they can jump like that. They can really throw off your game. If you... Ooh, a little sneaky. If you make the wrong jump and they jump at the same time as you, they can really mess you up. Oh, okay, and everybody just wants to come say hi. Okay. Anybody else? Come on. Keep going. Anybody else? I thought there was two big ones in here. Could be wrong. However, we found Samor. We didn't find it in the wild, which normally you would in any case, but I know where the nodes are. So we're literally just going to drop these 8. So I think this is impure, yeah. I was going to say, I know it's not the greatest, so we're going to drop these down. We're going to let these fill up, and then we're going to head back to base. So it's impure, so it's going to take a few minutes. So we're going to sit here and watch this. Well, I'm going to watch it. And as soon as they're done, you'll know. Inventory management was almost a problem with this, because I figured I put 8 down, I hope I have 8 slots. Thankfully I did. However, we're going to Q8 it, because I think she's going to talk as soon as we pick this up. Or maybe I am wrong. I thought she was going to say something about the, Samor. I guess I was wrong. Kind of wish I got 1,000, but 800 will have to do. We're not doing much with it. I just wanted to get it done this episode and showcase what it is. And there's still spiders around. Is that a big one? Tiny one. We're not going to play around. Go. So we still have to finish a few things in the hub. We have to get fuel going. And we're running into about the hour of this episode, which means it'll be carried on to the next one after that. So we will get what we can get done and go from there. I really need to make an elevator. I'll do that off camera. I'll put up elevators where I need to, so that way we can stop running up giant slopes or climbing ladders that are 16 miles high and you can't slide uphill. And I might try and find some hard drives just off camera as well, because I know where they are, but I don't. It's been a while. I think there's well over 100, I'm pretty sure. There's close to it. And then the Mercer Spheres, there's quite a few of those, as well as the other ones. There's literally hundreds of power slugs. When we get the radar, I'll put one down and kind of just scan the area and see, because it'll tell us. think that has to do with quartz, though, I believe. So we have to work on that in the M.A.M. There's a few things we have to do with the M.A.M. That's why I'm doing the SAM ore right now. And we'll go finish off. What we were going to do before is get the fuel production going for from the hub. So hopefully we can finish the episode off with that. If not, it'll be into the next one. But we're progressing, but we don't want to progress too fast. Do I have... Oh yeah, we grabbed 100 copper, that's for sure. Let's get that off so Ada can talk. And frees up some inventory space, because we barely have any. There and there. And once again, smash that like button. I mean, the launch button. You Ada.
Milestone reached. Avoid the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets only for them to spread across your suit. Package and unpackage them with the packager. Packaging fluids allows them to be transported in your inventory, on conveyor belts, and by vehicles. For increased, non-pocket related fluid storage, you can now use the industrial fluid buffer.
Oh, did we get a bigger one too, I think? Because we had the small ones, didn't we? Organization? Ah, we don't have the big one yet. Okay, let's take a look here. What's next after this anyway? Petroleum power. So this is where we would get fuel powered. Okay. Oh, there's the industrial buffer. We might do this one and then end the episode there. That way I can work on packaging fuel. But for right now, let's just take a look and see what this needs. So that way we can start getting some fuel for the jetpack. I've been playing for 2 hours. You're lying. It's been longer than that. Or has it? I can't remember. So we need canisters and then fuel canisters. How do we make those? Constructor? I believe that's just plastic, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So we got what we need for that. Let's take a look at the M.A.M. And let's start the alien technology, even though we kind of already did that, but yeah. We'll go from there. And Q Ada.
Strange alien matter analysis completed. Dormant crystalline SAM can now be found with the resource scanner. In its dormant state, it is safe to handle without special equipment and can be stored indefinitely. Research for enabling the reanimation of dormant SAM is now available.
Fill the rivers with blood and let the effigies defile
Sven.
our temples.
It's Sven.
The sun will follow.
He gets a little weird sometimes. So can we make this? We can. Q Ada once more along with probably Sven.
SAM reanimation recipe unlocked. SAM can now be safely awakened, provided it is contained. Meaning, if not contained in special electromagnetic storage, it tends to start breaking atomic bonds of any matter it has physical contact with, and reconstructing it into easily transportable resources.
Scripture and blood compose harmony. Follow our hallowed temple halls and listen to the echoes of your ripples. Our bones are more beautiful than yours.
Really? Come down there, Sven. Man, this stuff makes so fast now. They changed that. That used to not go as quick as it used to. That's interesting. Alien technology, I think we have everything. Yes. Let's kind of get into what I love about this section of the M.A.M.
SAM fluctuator recipe unlocked. The fluctuator can mimic unique communication through patterns of electric frequencies to instruct reanimated SAM to perform specific tasks or give specific restrictions, such as matter to energy conversion. It can also function as matter memory, reading the exact composition and state of a collection of matter in one location, breaking it down, and near instantly reconstructing it in another location, which has incredible potential for smart storage.
Your threads shift solid to fluid to a tapestry. Matter and matter of matter and mind and melody.
It was done. So this is why I absolutely love this. This we'll get into. We're nowhere near this right now. I don't believe so anyway. Can we make that yet? I don't think we can. Here we go. It's a little tricky with this one, so we'll talk about that one later. This is what I absolutely love. The Dimensional Depot Uploader. This thing is fantastic because it basically gives you extra inventory. So how I was complaining about inventory size here, it actually gives you a little bit extra. So I'm not going to touch it yet. We're going to leave it at that. So we're going to take all the sand ore that I found and dump it in here. No, okay. What we're going to do is go over here. And the pod's returning. Perfect. So yeah, we'll touch base on the Dimensional Depot later. Just because it gets pretty intricate and pretty fun. But what I might do is I might make these into the stable version of it. What's it called actually? The reanimated Sam. I'll probably do a bunch of that off camera. Yeah, for right now, we're gonna go take a look at the M.A.M. Or sorry, not the M.A.M, the hub. And potentially get the last one going for tier 5, which is petroleum power, which we have everything we need. Except beams and motors. Oh, I actually do. Look at that. Look at me thinking ahead. It's a wonderful thing. That's why I love the truck. And one more time. Smash that button. And Q8.
Milestone reached. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that the fuel-powered generator, as well as the industrial fluid buffer, are now available. Due to a lack of gold in your sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer, but don't tell the others I said that. It would be bad for morale.
It's fuel. Kind of forgot this needs fuel. So we're just going to truck along over here, literally, and see what we're at for production for that. Because I'm pretty sure we can do the fuel and hopefully do a generator, get some extra fuel or power going. And that will probably call it for the episode. And then we'll continue on with the next episode, doing probably tier 6. But we still have a few things we got to do in this one. This thing is slow. It's great for traversing terrain, but my goodness, is it slow. And this is a... Oh, we're going to try... Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, I straightened it out. Oh. It's nerve-wracking. Just trying to keep her straight. We're fine. Everything's fine. Because if I drive off the edge, I'm going to have to build a ramp to get back up. Thankfully, I made this a little bit wider too, which I might have to make it wider. And space. Hit the brakes. Where's our lights at? We don't have lights. What? Does this thing not have lights? Really? Do I have to get out and turn mine on? Nope, that's N. Here's B. This thing usually has lights. That's interesting. Okay, whatever. We'll deal with it. I don't know why I brought this down here. I just kind of wanted to. Actually, I do want to compare inventory sizes really quick. Let's see. Small and large. Okay, so bear with me as I set up the fuel and we'll go from there. And as we wrap up the episode, we have finished a fuel production, at least, to make fuel for electricity. So remember a couple episodes ago I said about the polymer, what I usually do with it? Well, when it gets backed up like this, you can put it in containers, you can collect it, and you can use it for future recipes. But what I recommend right off the bat is literally just shoving it right into an awesome sink. It gives you points to the coupons. It's really slow, but I mean, it never fetches up, it never backs up, it's great. So right now we're literally just going to connect the power to this. I think this takes 45 or 40. It produces 40 right now, so we're going to take a look. So, oh, no, it requires 20. Okay. So this is an additional 250, which is great because we're kind of, we were just above what we needed. So we're going to plug one of these in. We're going to bump that up to 30, and then we're going to bump it up to 40. This makes 40 per, right? Yeah, so it makes 40 per minute as it is. And it also gives us an additional, what is 500 megawatts, which is fantastic. So we don't have to worry about power for a while, and you can connect a bunch of these together. Normally I run like 5 or 6 just to get an immense amount of power. However, yeah, this is making 40, which is perfect. We need 60 per minute. This is pumping out, I think, 150 because I upped it. So we're gonna drop that down to, we're just gonna make it make like, I don't know, 65 just to kind of keep up with it. So it's kind of a waste of a shard. We don't need to, but just for the sake of it shutting down, right now this should keep up. It's taking 40, should be producing 40, or close to it. Are we on the conveyor belt? We are too. It's like, why am I moving? But yeah, polymer resin, don't have to worry about it. It should keep up with the fuel theoretically. If I need to, I'll bump it up again. But we should be fine. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to call it for the episode. And this is now going to be considered the Pink Panther. It is a tiny little tractor that can be eaten by Big Bertha here, which I absolutely love. But yeah, we got... Ooh, is that full again? It is. We'll deal with this in the next episode to kind of show what you can do with it. But for right now, we're going to flush it again because I believe it still has tons of plastic and rubber. But that's going to call it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, give a like, give a comment, give a subscribe. Let me know you're enjoying the content. I love creating it. But until then, I will see everybody in the next video. See you soon. Bye for now.